Welcome to the Post-Purchase Pro Podcast.
This is the only podcast that dives deep into post-purchase marketing to help Amazon sellers increase sales, ranking, reviews, and profits. It's everything that happens after the initial sale that makes a difference. We call this the back end.
Welcome to the Post-Purchase Pro Podcast.
Oh, it's Luke.
Double, baby.
This is the only podcast that dives deep into post-purchase.
Sean, I think we had too much fun today.
Yes. Yeah, too much fun. So today, Seth, real quick, want to talk about, this is like one of the very few moments that we don't have a special guest. We're actually waiting on a special guest. So in episode 73, which I want to welcome you to the Post-Purchase Podcast, episode 73, I want to talk about list building and networking, Seth, which has just made a tremendous difference in the growth of all of our businesses, haven't it?
Sean, well, I'm reading this book that you turned me on to, and I'm going to butcher the title, but basically one of the concepts in the books talks about, before you can really build your net worth, you need to build your network. And I think they go hand in hand, and especially it's been true for me, and I know for you as well. So let's get into talking about relationships and networking and then marketing and always looking for opportunities within your network.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, Seth, it all comes down to the offer. And we talk about this extensively in our book, Private Label Millionaire Secrets. In case you haven't bought it yet, it's on Amazon, still on sale for $3.99 for the paperback. But basically, you have to offer value. And, when you come into a relationship and you come from the angle of what's in it for me, what's in it for Shawn, what do I want to get out of it? Then that really turns people off. You become what our friend Ryan Moran calls an ask hole, A-S-K, an ask hole. Don't be an ask hole. Give until it hurts. And then, Seth, give some more. You have to offer tremendous value in order to get someone's attention. I don't care if you're selling widgets on the street corner, if you have a bricks and mortar store, if you're peddling Chinese junk on Amazon, if you're building an agency, it doesn't matter. You have to put the customer first. You have to give tremendous value, right?
Definitely. So that, brings me back in time, Sean, to when, I was in college looking for some way to grow. How do I build a business of my own? I had no idea. But I had seen what you had. You had a successful business and you had basically the life that I was wanting. So I didn't come to you and say, hey, Sean, give me what you have or show me what you have. I said, how can I add value to your life? And really, I had a big ask waiting, which was show me the secrets, but I went into it with give first, and the relationship developed from there. So that's the same way that we've approached the business that we've done together. It is, we have something in mind where we want to go, but then we're also looking for people that can add to our journey, right? And I think if you're just thinking about this from an Amazon seller angle, you might think to yourself, well, how do relationships really help me? Well, I can tell you that there's all kinds of ways that relationships can help you, and they've helped us. I mean, we have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales for products that we were selling because we knew someone who had an audience or who had access to an audience. And we've figured out tricks or strategies just by getting to know people that were a little bit ahead of us. So, Sean, let's talk about how we can apply this concept of building friendships and relationships and building your network to what an Amazon seller would be thinking about or looking for as they're growing their brand and their business.
It all comes down to, Seth, digging your proverbial well before you're thirsty. If you wait till you're thirsty and then you go out and try to dig a well, it becomes more challenging, right? So what we're all about is developing and nurturing relationships with folks who, like you said, Seth, already own a list. Somewhere your customers already exist in the world, right? And a lot of you'll come to me, even my own son will say, Dad, I got this great new product idea. And I'm always saying, okay, great. Who are you going to sell it to? And if you can't answer that question, followed up with answering the question of where does your audience hang out, then you're probably going to have an uphill battle when it comes to launching and making that product successful. So what we need to do, and what you and I have pretty much gravitated toward naturally and accidentally mastered this art, was finding where the customer already exists and then going to that person who controls that customer list, if you will, and making an offer that they can't refuse. If I come to you, Seth, and I say, hey, look, you have an audience of 10,000 people who are a perfect fit for my product. Would you just push my product to your audience? And you're like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. What's in it for Seth? You know, WWIS. What's in it for Seth? And that's not a very good radio station, right? But if I come to you and said, "Hey, Seth, I'll tell you what if I do this? You have an amazing audience. What if I give your audience a sample of my widget and then follow up with world-class customer support and then make your product or service or agency product available to my customer list?" How would that sound, Seth? Doesn't that sound a little bit better than just give me as an asshole?
Yeah, definitely. So we've done this in practice many, many times. I'll just walk you guys through an example of how we did this with our pillow business, where we were building this brand on Amazon and we were selling pillows. And people think, well, I'm in my own little bubble. I'm in my office. I can pretty much just type on this keyboard and nobody out in the real world really matters or exists while I'm working on my Amazon business. And that's just not true. So I'll give you this example of how relationships really matter and how figuring out what somebody else wants and then giving it to them can help you as well. So we discovered that there was a Facebook group. It had about 400,000 people in the Facebook group, and the girl who ran the Facebook group actually lived near us. We didn't know her, and we had never met her in person. But we reached out and we said, "Hey, we're also Indiana natives. Here's what we have. We have this pillow product. It's great. You can go look at the reviews on Amazon. And here's what we can do for your audience if you would like to offer it to your audience. First of all, we're going to send you a free a couple samples of our products. You can see how good it is for yourself. So she gets to get the product for free. Secondly, we said we're going to give you an exclusive discount only for your audience. So that way you can give more value to your audience. So she has something to give to her audience, which is what she wants. And then lastly, we said for anyone who actually buys the product from your group and claims it, then we know that you're making your money on affiliate commissions. We will double your affiliate commission. Now, if you think about this, this is a win-win-win because we're making the sale. She gets to reward her audience for being in her group, and then she gets paid a double affiliate commission. And she came back to us and she said, well, thank you so much. I will take the pillows, which she did like and she loved. And then she made a post and she gave that exclusive discount, but she didn't even want the double your affiliate commission because the big thing for her was being able to provide extra value to her community. Now, what happened? Within minutes of her posting in this group, we had an extra $20,000 in sales on day one. And then she reposted it on later in the week, and we got more and more sales every single day from this one post. And it didn't cost us anything besides a little bit of effort building the relationship. And then once we knew her and she knew that we could deliver, we would run these deals frequently because we have a relationship. That's one example of how building your relationship with somebody who owns an audience can definitely benefit your business. Go ahead, Shawn.
So, like I said, Seth, don't be an asshole. If you're only asking for something and you're not giving anything in return, then that becomes the definition of an asshole. So basically, no matter what the product, whether it's physical or digital, always ask yourself, how can I not go find new customers? Rather, how can I tap into a stream of customers who already exist? And Seth, that's why a lot of our colleagues are selling on Amazon. Amazon owns the customer list. Yep. Amazon has hundreds of millions of customers who already have credit cards on file with Prime delivery who are there ready and willing to buy your product. That's a no-brainer, right? Go to where the traffic is. Amazon has the traffic. But if you're selling off of Amazon, whether you're selling an info product or anything else, your customers already exist. Your money's already out there in the world. It's up to you to figure out where to go find it. Go find that money and siphon a little bit of that off into your coffers by making we call it a mafia offer. That is an offer that the person owning that customer list cannot refuse. Seth?
Yeah, and then that also brings up another good point. So if you're not aware, Amazon is rewarding external traffic in a massive way. And external traffic is basically any traffic that comes from outside of Amazon and then lands back on Amazon. So if you have an Amazon listing and Google starts sending a lot of traffic to your listing because you set up a Google profile or something like that, Amazon sees that and they are rewarding listings with that attract external traffic with better keyword ranking. Because the most profitable thing for Amazon to have is more customers. So they are rewarding listings that attract good quality customers to their site. So now let's imagine the same scenario that I just painted for you, in a mental picture of this Facebook group sending traffic to our Amazon listing. Well, Amazon sees that traffic hitting the listing. They say, oh my, this listing attracts external high quality traffic. All of these sales are coming in. Let's move it up in the keyword ranking as well. So then what happens is we move from page 2 for a keyword to page 1. We get more traffic from Amazon ongoing. So our entire business gets healthier. And so that's why we're such big advocates of building a real customer list. Like we always focus on email and text because we get to own the list. And because we own the list, we can generate traffic to Amazon, which they view and reward so highly right now, anytime we want. So when we talk about building an email list, building a text list of your real customers, that's because that's the most valuable part of any business. It's the customers. That's why Amazon rewards it so highly. Go ahead.
So one of the main reasons why we created the Post-Purchase Podcast is to bring these marketing strategies to you, new strategies for your business, whether online or offline, and more importantly, report on what we know works. So here's what we do. When we're actually marketing for, let's see if I get it right. Here we go. It's backwards in my camera. When we're marketing for Post-Purchase Pro, which that's a computer graphic. It looks pretty cool though, doesn't it? Looks better than yours. When we're marketing for our company Post-Purchase Pro, we don't go to these seller events looking for new clients. Yes, we find new clients, and new clients have been exposed to our marketing. They see us, they recognize us, and they want to engage us. That's not why we're there though. We're there looking for new JV partners. Okay. So what's easier, Seth? I go to an event, some of these massive live events that are going on all over the world right now. September, October, November seem to be like the main event times. But we go to these events, and yes, there may be a couple of hundred Amazon sellers there. There's no way for me to reach all those sellers. But there are also several dozen agencies who are providing services and products and software solutions for the exact customer that we want to target, and they already own the list. So instead of me coming to you as a JV partner and saying, hey, me, we, help me, do this for me, being that asshole, don't be an asshole, right? I come to you and I say, hey, Seth, I have a list of about 46,000 Amazon sellers who we communicate with every single week, sometimes daily, even on podcasts, emails, webinars. Let me, Seth, put your message in front of my audience. Okay. Who's going to say no to that, right? That obviously opens the door for a cooperation. And we've never to this day had one single partner not say, well, that's all well and good, but what can I do for you? And those are the magic words that you want to hear. Give first, right? And those partners will reciprocate. Seth, we need to wrap this one up.
Yeah, definitely. So give and give and give and give until it hurts, and you will always get more back than what you expect. And that's the way of the world. It's built into all of us to want to reward people that help us along our journey in life, right? So I think this is summed up, Shawn, and just go out there and help as many people as you can, especially try to help the people that are in your, like zone, right? In your niche. So if you can help people achieve their goals, then it's a way, way easier to achieve your goals. Shawn, you want to take us out?
Sure, I will. So check out postpurchasepro.com for more information on what we do. Share the podcast, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, and all that good stuff. Share with your colleagues. Don't be stingy. Don't be an asshole. Okay. Give and give value. If you find the information in the Post-Purchase Podcast valuable, then we just ask that you do a couple things. Share it. And most importantly, go leave us a review. That'll help other entrepreneurs just like you find the information on their favorite podcast platform and hopefully tune into the show. My name's Shawn Hart. That's Seth Stevens. This has been an episode of the Post-Purchase Podcast. Now let me see if I can get this outro right.